Hello everyone, Zane here and welcome to another Final Fantasy XIV video. Today I'm going to show you guys how to farm crystals and clusters in Dawntrail. Now the method of getting these in Dawntrail is no different than Endwalker, except you have two advantages, the 1000 GP rotation and revisit. If this thing triggers, which is level 91, you can get all your GP back and all the gathering attempts back on the node that you're at, except for leaf quests. So if this thing lands in an ephemeral node, consider yourself lucky. So you might get double or even triple the amount that you normally would, depending on your RNG. The other method, of course, is your retainers. If you have more than one, then it's going to be around 120 per 40 minutes. So 120 times how many retainers that you have, a botanist and a miner. So I'll get 240 every 40 minutes. So in Dawntrail, we got new ephemeral nodes. Volcanic grass, goldbranch for botanist, brightwind ore, and the electro coal for miner. Now if these are not available, then what you can do is go back to Endwalker and then do those instead. So lunar quartz and earthen quartz or earth. Then you have the ghostly umbral rock, which I believe is lightning, palm chips or chippings, and then you got the ewer clay and then the sophora root for botanist. Ice and water will always be for fisher. So if you're going to be gathering an Endwalker, I recommend getting your relic tool until you get the ability Collector's Intuition rate increases by 20%. Because you'll be level 100, your stats will be way above the limit of Endwalker, so you'll have max stats on all of your gather abilities. And you'll always get 1000 out of 1000 in 2 hits with this tool and of course the buffs. If you're in Dawntrail, then I recommend melding your gather gear the way I have it, and I'll make sure to put my meld video in the description. So it will be able to get 945 GP. And then if you're trying to do the perception on the legendary nodes, you just use stuffed peppers. But if you're trying to go for the 1000 GP, the nasi goreng. Okay, that is going to be my recommendation if you're doing Dawntrail and or Endwalker. Alright, so here we are in the ephemeral node. So the 1000 GP. So the gold branch gives you wind. You're going to do scrutiny, scour, scrutiny, scour. Hopefully that hits twice. And then what you do, ageless words, or solid reason if you're a miner, and then wise to the world if eureka moment triggers, which it didn't. So do that twice. It still didn't trigger. So then we're going to gather our 4. If that triggered twice, then we can get 6. And then of course if this worked, which was saving our gathering attempt, we could have got even more. But we're utilizing our 1000 GP to use our gathering attempts more than trying to trigger the meticulous secondary effect. So that is how you guys do the ephemeral nodes with the 1000 GP. So hopefully you guys will be able to get 6. Now if you do get revisit, then you guys can do it all over again. So pop your cordial, get back your GP, find the next ephemeral node. So then you can do either the 600, the no GP, or wait for your 900. But we're trying to trigger the revisit, so just go ahead and do 2 scours. And then a meticulous. And then take whatever you can. And pray that a revisit spawns, but we didn't get it. So we're coming up on our 600 GP. Which means you're going to be doing the old-fashioned way. So scrutiny, collector's focus, meticulous. So I got that to trigger, which was nice. Do that twice. Very nice. And gather your 2. And that is going to be your 600. And then we go back to doing the no GP rotation, trying to get revisit to spawn. And then waiting for your high cordial to come back up. So I'm going to do this one more time. Nice, we got one to trigger. Gather attempt got saved. So we're going to try that again. Then we got high collector standard. Now, we have 65% chance of this being saved, so you guys can either take what you have or take the gamble. We gambled and we got it. So those are the different ways that you guys can do your rotation. Now before we go ahead with the final method, let's go ahead and Etheral reduct these items. So there's the ones that I just got. So like I said, these will give you wind, and of course the Sun Guild Aether Sands, which are definitely reused. So when you get 1,000 off 1,000, you will get the most out of your items. If you get double, that means you got a bonus. So there's a bonus right there, so I got 72 crystals. And there's another bonus for another 72. Alright, now let's do the next ones. The brightwind ore. This gives me lightning, so I got a bonus. Very nice. So if you're doing collectibles, you'll most likely burn through your fire more than anything. There's another bonus. Since culinary is one of the easiest ones to do for collectibles. So the volcanic grass is definitely something you guys want to gather the most of. So the last way that I recommend is, of course, going through your giving land ability. This will give you an increased amount of crystals up to a certain point, and the 12's bounty will give you +3. Alright, so now we get 4 since you get 1 by default, then you get +3 with the buff. You do have a level 42 trait, Nimia's Ward, which just triggered, which increases your crystal count by a random amount as well. So if that triggers, congratulations. Alright, so we got 24, 11, 9, which was the lowest, 37, and 21. Then you go to the next node. If you can get a +2, then do that on a +1. Now, if you don't want to gather crystals until Given Land comes back up, pick a node that has materials that you want to gather, and gather those in between. If you see a yield plus, then do the 12's bounty. But there always will be a +1 and or a +2 node. So that gives me 5. So it's not really the best, but it is an option if you guys don't want to do ephemeral nodes, or if there's no ephemeral nodes up. Yeah, so not much has changed since Endwalker, but you have 2 expansions to take advantage of. Just remember to use your lodestar or whatever relic tool that you have from Endwalker with the buff for 20% intuition rate. Alright, so hopefully this has been helpful. Make sure to check out the rest of my channel for more Final Fantasy XIV content, and I will see you guys in the next one. Happy gathering! And that's it for today's video. Thank you guys so much for watching. Don't forget to leave a like, comment, and subscribe to my channel if you're new for more Final Fantasy XIV content and help with the YouTube algorithm. If you guys want to support my channel even further, consider becoming a YouTube member, Patreon supporter, or help me on Ko-Fi. The links for those will be in the description down below, as well as my Discord. And your extra special shout out to the members on screen. So until next time, may you forever walk in the glorious light of Lord Bahamut, and always remember to keep forging ahead.